All right, joining us here in the media center is Funny Car Provisional #1 qualifier Bob Tasca. Bob went to the top with his run of 3.88. Didn't get the second session in, but an unbelievable way to start, Bob. A lot of new faces on the team, at least crew chief wise. This has to be pretty satisfying to come out and throw down something like that right off the bat.
What do they say? The sweet taste of serendipity. Hey, listen, I was thrown a curveball at the end of the season last year, and losing all but two of the guys on my team, and then being able to bring together Todd Okahara, who I've known for many years, and Aaron Brooks. I always admired him from afar, just his aggressive nature and attitude, and quite frankly, looking back, it's exactly what my program needed. It needed to be shaken up. My car didn't do anything at the beginning of the seasons, and didn't do enough at the end of the seasons to really contend for that championship. And that was our whole attitude this off season, was to make the car run better, period. I had a good car. I had a great car in the summer months, but it wasn't good enough early in the season when the tracks were cool, and certainly wasn't good enough at the end of the season when the tracks got good. And I think you're going to see a very different Tasca racing going forward. I think you saw it in testing. Arguably we were one of the best cars in testing. And then you got to go and show it on race day, and we did that today. And what I love about what we did is I asked Todd and Aaron, I said, what's the car going to run? And I always ask crew chiefs that, because I like to know as a driver, what are they thinking? And then when you run the car, you want to know what it did, right? If they say one and it's faster, you say, well, you miss it on both sides. And they said it's going to run 88. They said we're going to split the difference with some of our other runs, and that's what we did. So it's just exciting. I mean, the car was running great.
You talked about the importance of beginning a season strong. What does that do for just, it's a long season and everything's focused on the countdown, but what is a good start?
Well, I think what people don't realize is the championship is decided in the fall. Mm-hmm. So the only time we see those conditions are the first 5 races. You can't test in July to get ready for Vegas in the fall. Like, it just doesn't work that way, right? So the cars that run really good the first 5 races, I'm going to put some money on those cars at the end of the year. Now, they may bumble the ball a little bit in the summer, but the bottom line is that to win the championship, you got to run really, really good at the end of the season. And most of those tracks, not all of them, but most, are conditions where if you're not running mid to low 80s, you're not in the conversation. And my car could run 387 like you could set a stopwatch to it. But we were in no danger of running 383. And this car is capable of running 383 like tonight. It could have been capable of running 383. And you can see it, with our early numbers. You can see it in speed. We ran 334 miles per hour on Tuesday here. That's as fast as I've been in 2.5 years, right? So it's a very different attitude on the race car, and I love it, quite frankly. I love the attitude of the team. I love the work ethic. I've never seen attention to detail and work ethic like I see in some of these guys. So I haven't been this excited about a season in a long time, and just thrilled with how it ran. And my timing was pretty good, right? We unveiled the PPG car and put it on the pole, so I can't complain about that. So, it's a great question. I've known Todd for many, many years. Todd's actually a big part of putting my program together in 2017 with the late Eric Lane. And I just always loved Todd. Him and his brother and their attention to detail. And Aaron was like, for me, I didn't know Aaron. I just knew of Aaron, and I saw what he was capable of. And I had just a fantastic conversation with him on the phone. And I remember being in New York at the time, and I thought the chemistry between Todd Okahara and Aaron Brooks would be fantastic. And they've never worked together before. And exactly what I thought has played out. I mean, I sit up in the lounge, and it's just awesome to have two crew chiefs actually having a dialogue. Like most of my career, not all of my career, but most of my career, it's been one crew chief. And if he told the other one to paint the wall pink, he'd go paint the wall pink. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? There's like a hierarchy in it. And, Todd and Aaron have great conversation. And And I think you're going to see it in the race car. You're going to see that type of tenacity in the race car, and I'm to this point, how I couldn't be happier.
Did they take what you had last year and refine it, or bring in their own thing?
It's funny, a little bit of both, but probably more of the latter. They just found a lot of things on the car they didn't like just things that, I don't know if it was oversights or it's the way they did it. They didn't have the advantage of talking to too many people because there's nobody there, right? So at the end of the day, clearly I had a very good baseline, but through testing, we made a lot of changes, and probably more than I was comfortable to make, to be quite frank with you. But everything that they did, the race car liked it, and it just picked up and picked up and picked up to the point where this is a very different setup than what I ran in Pomona today.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Thank you very
Congrats.
much.